Welcome, this is Biji Philip from Adi Krandivir Vasudev Balamanth Fadke Vidyalaya English Medium Sector 6 New Panvel. Students, today we are going to study Standard 10 History, Lesson number 1 Historiography Development in the West Part 3. Modern Historiography Characteristics. The method of modern historiography is based on scientific principles and hence begin with the formation of relevant questions. These questions are anthropocentric. It means that these questions are about the deeds of the members of ancient societies of a particular period. History does not suggest any interrelation between divine and human deeds. Answers to these questions are supported by reliable evidence and presented in a logical manner. Last one. History presents a graph of mankind's journey with the help of past human deeds. In this way, scientific approach and logical reasoning can be seen in the modern historiography. Can you identify the image? Who is he, students? He is Herodotus, the father of history. History is originally a Greek term. Herodotus, the Greek historian of the 5th century BCE, used it first for his book entitled The Histories. Okay. Development of scientific perspective in Europe and historiography. Till the 18th century CE, Europe had achieved a remarkable progress in the field of philosophy and science. Scholars by then had come to believe in the possibility of studying the social and historical truths by applying scientific methods. Now, the philosophical discussions focused more and more on the objectivity in history and historiography. Prior to the 18th century, all European universities were interested only in the philosophical discourses revolving around divine phenomena. However, gradually this scenario began to change. Why this has changed? Because in the year 1737 century, the Göttingen University was founded in Germany. Do you know that this university had an independent department of history for the first time? Later, other German universities also became centers of historical scholars. Okay, clear? Let's see some questions. Fill in the blanks. In 1737 CE, the Göttingen University was founded in dash. Where it was started? It was started in Germany. Modern historiography is based on dash principles. Okay, scientific principle. History is originally a dash term. Which term? It's a Greek term. Dash is the father of history, Herodotus. The Histories is written by dash Greek historian. Yes, Herodotus. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, 1770 to 1831. Okay. See, you should pronounce, don't say George. What you have to say? Georg. Okay. The contribution of Hegel are important in the development of history. Hegel was a German philosopher. He emphasized that historical reality should be presented in a logical manner, and to him, the timeline of historical events indicated progress. He was the opinion that the discovery of new evidences over time would change the presentation of history as well. Several scholars were convinced by Hegel's philosophy that although historical methods differed from scientific methods, they are not of lesser quality. His book, Encyclopedia of Philosophical Sciences, is a collection of his lectures and articles. His another book, Reason in History, is also well known. Due to Hegel's contribution to historiography, the scope of historiography kept continuously expanding. Next, Dialectics. Okay. According to Hegel, grasping the meaning of any event happens in terms of two direct opposites. Human mind cannot understand the true nature of that event without understanding the opposites. For example, true, false, good, bad. In order to understand the true nature of a thing, one needs to know both true and false, similarly good and bad. This method of analysis, which is based on opposites, is known as dialectics. In this method, a theory is proposed at the beginning, which is called a thesis. Then another theory is proposed, which is contrary to the thesis. It is called antithesis. After a thorough logical discussions of both, a new thesis is proposed, which includes the gist of both the thesis and the antithesis. This process of arriving at the new thesis is called synthesis. Okay, clear? Now, Leopold von Ranke, 1795 to 1886. The contributions of Leopold von Ranke are important in the development of historiography. Leopold von Ranke from Berlin University greatly influenced the historiography of the 19th century. He mentioned about the critical method of historical research. He also emphasized on the importance of information gathered through original documents. According to him, all types of documents associated with a historical event should be examined with the greatest care and believed that the historical truth can be reached only through this method. He criticized the imaginative narration of history. His books, The Theory and Practice of History and The Secrets of World History, contain collection of his articles. In this way, Leopold von Ranke emphasized on critical method of historical research. Karl Marx, 1818 to 1883. The new thesis formulated by Karl Marx led to the rise of new school of thought in the latter half of 19th century. According to Karl Marx, history was about living people and not about abstract ideas. The fundamental needs of people and the ownership as well as nature of prevalent means of production to meet those needs shape human relationships. Also, a different strata of the society may not get equal access to these means. It causes a division of the society into two classes, leading to class struggle. Karl Marx opined that human history comprised of the history of class struggle, wherein the class owning to the means of production economically exploited the rest of the classes. A treatise in form of the book Das Kapital, written by him, is the most referred book all over the world. In this way, through his class theory, Karl Marx gave a new perspective to the world to view history. Now, let's see Annales School. How to pronounce Annales? Annales School. Okay, what is this Annales School? At the onset of the 20th century, a new school of historiography arose in France, which is known as Annales School. Annales School gave a new direction to history writing. It was recognized now that history is not only about the political events, kings, great leaders, and accordingly politics, diplomacy, and wars, but also about the climate, local people, agriculture, trade, technology, means of communication, social divisions, and their collective psychology, etc. In the historical times, the Annales School was started by French historians. Now, Feminist Historiography. Feminist historiography means the restructuring of the history from the perspective of women. The writings of Simone de Beauvoir. How to pronounce? Simone de Beauvoir. Simone de Beauvoir helped in establishing the fundamentals of feminism. She was a French, because French pronunciation, see how we will pronounce Simone de Beauvoir, that is the wrong pronunciation, Simone de Beauvoir. The feminist historiography emphasized not only on the inclusion of women in history, but also on the rethinking of the male-dominated perspective of history. It drove historical research to focus in depth on various aspects of women's life, such as their employment, their role in trade union, institutions working for their cause, the family life, etc. In the historical writings after 1990, women were portrayed as an independent social class. See the image. Now, last one, Michel Foucault. Michel Foucault, 1926 to 1984. He is also a French historian of the 20th century. Michel Foucault brought forth a new concept in historiography. He, in his book, Archaeology of Knowledge, argued that the prevailing practice of arranging historical events in a chronological order is not right. He drew attention to the fact that archaeology does not strive to reach the ultimate historical truth but attempts to explain various transitions in the past. So Foucault felt that explaining the transitions in history is more important. He called his method the archaeology of knowledge. The archaeology of knowledge. He subjected the so far unacknowledged areas by historians such as psychological disorders, science of medicine, prison administration, etc. to historical analysis. Okay, now let's see some questions. First one, identify the incorrect pair. Okay, have a look, students. The Secret of World History, Leopold von Ranke. Discourse on the Method, A.V.B. Archaeology of Knowledge, Michel Foucault. Encyclopedia of Philosophical Sciences, Friedrich Hegel. Which is the incorrect pair? Yes, Discourse on the Method. Okay, so Discourse on the Method is written by René Descartes. Now complete the table. René Descartes books, Discourse on the Method. Reason his history is written by, okay, Hegel. Karl Marx, Das Kapital. Archaeology of Knowledge, Michel Foucault. Okay, good. Now fill in the blanks. Hegel was a dash philosopher. Correct answer? See, select. German. Second, the Annales School was started by dash historians. Yes, French. Then Simone de Beauvoir was a dash feminist historiographer. Yes, French. Dash has written the book Das Kapital. Everybody knows. Okay, this is a famous book written by Karl Marx. Dash spoke about the critical method of historical research. Okay, Leopold von Ranke. I hope everybody understood. Okay, students, thank you.